Hello, Tom.
Oh, hello, Annie.
I didn't know you were here this afternoon.
Yes, I thought I'd look up your cat if I could see that paw of his.
Oh, fine.
I put a dressing on it, but it's probably come off by now.
Oh, probably.
Lovely day.
Oh, yes.
You'll be going off soon, I take it?
Yes.
Have a good time.
Oh, thanks.
Don't get lost.
Oh, I can't get far in a day. Any sign of Reg and Sarah?
Oh, no, haven't seen them.
Oh, hope they're not going to be late. I'll have to hang on till they come just to make sure they know where everything is for Mother.
Yes.
She's been lying up there moaning all day because I'm going away. Oh, you think I was going off for a year instead of a couple of nights?
I'll look in if you like and make sure they're coping.
Oh, they'll manage.
Nice of them to offer, wasn't it?
Sarah and Reg?
Yes.
Well, why shouldn't they? She's his mother, too, after all. Well, it's high time they did offer. They get off very lightly. So does Ruth, for that matter. They're all perfectly happy to leave me to cope for 9/10 of the year. The least they can do is spare me a couple of days. Not that I'll ever get Ruth to do anything. Far too busy with her high finance. But Sarah and Reg...
Quite.
Well, what will you be doing?
When?
Well, this weekend.
Oh, you know, mooching about.
Oh, on your own?
Probably.
Oh, well, that's what I'll be doing.
Oh, well, I'll think of you wherever you are, mooching about while I'm mooching about here.
Thanks. Silly, really.
What?
Well, both of us in different parts of the country, stuck on our own.
Yes. Funny thing. Life.
Yes. What time is it?
Oh, it's just gone 5:30.
Oh.
When are you leaving?
I'm catching the bus in the village. Well, that's providing Sarah and Reg arrive on time.
Well, I could drive you down.
No.
Well, if you look like...
No, it's all right. I'd rather walk.
Won't you have a...
No, it's all right. I don't mind carrying suitcases. I quite enjoy it. The walk.
Oh. Any idea where that cat is?
Oh, he's probably outside here somewhere. Well, I must get on, prepare for my lone trip.
See you before you go, then.
Yes.
Well, better search out my patient.
Yes.
Pussy! Puss, puss. Come, cat. Pussy! Come, cat, now. Come, kitty. Puss, 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 puss. Come, kitty.
Yes.
But what are you doing?
I couldn't wait. I had to see you.
But we agreed. Oh, honestly, Norman, you are the limit.
Oh, my darling. Oh, my God!
What's the matter?
These bloody brambles. Why doesn't somebody clear these bloody brambles?
Hang on, stop flailing about.
Don't pull. It's barely my leg.
Keep still.
You must have a hand like asbestos. Stop!
Still.
Stop!
Mother's resting, you know. You'll wake her up.
Look at this scratch right down my leg.
If she's woken up before she's ready to wake up, she doesn't know where she is. It'll take me an hour to explain.
Look, blood, bleeding.
Let's see.
Careful. Deformed for life.
Here, hold these.
Ah!
Look, will you please be quiet?
It's a death trap, this garden.
Oh, Norman.
Only been here 2 minutes, lost 3 pints of blood.
Oh, do shut up. You're so weedy.
Weedy?
Yes, a real weed.
Oh, Annie.
Damn it! Just a minute.
I'm exhausted.
I should think so in that coat.
It was raining in Fulham.
Oh, was it?
Metaphorically, it was.
Oh.
Ah, the sun. The sun.
Norman, what are you doing here? No, seriously, Norman. What's the point of our making all these arrangements, trying to make absolutely sure that no one was going to get hurt, no one was going to get upset, and then you turn up here?
I wanted to see you. I was frightened you'd change your mind.
But I'm supposed to meet you. We're supposed to meet in the village, back at the post office, 7 o'clock.
I got here early.
Well, you have to go away for an hour. I haven't even packed.
Where am I supposed to go?
I don't know. Oh, go walk around the Abbey.
That's 5 miles away. I'm not walking 5 miles to walk around some ruin with a suitcase.
I don't want you here when Sarah and Reg arrive. I've got to be here to see them in. We'll show them where everything is for Mother, all her bottles and pills and God knows what. And which is the towel. I mean, there's masses. I can't just rush off. Anyway, Tom is here.
Tom?
He's only round the front of the house looking for the cat.
Tom? Ha!
Don't say it like that. I don't say Ruth, huh?
I don't mind if you do. I say.
Not to her face, you don't.
How do you know?
I bet you don't. I've seen you with her.
How do you know what I say to her face behind your back?
I know you. More important, I know my sister.
She'll have got my note by now.
No.
Telling all.
Oh, what?
That it's all over between us. That ever since we stayed here last Christmas, something wonderful happened. That you and I were all that mattered.
You didn't.
That everything else was
You
the
didn't
love
say that.
between us.
If you said that, I warn you, I'll ring her up this minute.
Where are you going?
To ring her up.
I didn't leave her note. Promise.
Promise? Well, so long as you haven't. I mean, well, after all, she is my sister. I'm fond of her. Quite. Well, we've already agreed that it's stupid to upset everything just for us. We're being terribly adult about this, aren't we? You said we were in your letter. Well, far better we two just go away quietly to a little hotel somewhere, get it all off our chests, out of our system. God, I'm making it sound like a laxative. Well, you know what I mean. Work it all off, that's what I mean. And then, well, you can go back to Ruth and live happily ever after. Well, as happily as you can, seeing it's Ruth. And I'll come back here and, well, look after Mother.
And then, when your mother finally pigs out?
Oh, I'll have to face that when it comes, won't I?
Yes, you'll have to.
There's Tom. He's hovering in the background.
The creeping vet.
He does a lot to help you, you know. He did all the kitchen ceiling for me. 2 coats. He's a jolly good vet, too. He has a marvelous way with animals. Actually, he's better with them than he is with people, really.
You'll have to start going around on all 4s then, won't you?
Shut up. I don't know why you're so nasty about him. He likes you very much.
He takes you for granted. Here you are, a beautiful girl, vibrant. He could marry you tomorrow. He could make you happy. And what does he do? He spends more time with that cat than he does with you.
He's a vet, isn't he?
Vet. V-E-T, very egocentric twit. He doesn't deserve you.
And you do?
No, but I'm strangely engaging.
No, you're not. You're foul. I don't think I want to come with you after all. I've changed my mind. I'll give Mother a blanket bath instead. It'll be much more fun.
I love you.
Oh, Norman. When you look like that, I almost believe you. You look like, what are those things?
Greek gods?
Old English sheepdogs.
Great.
They're super dogs, all woolly and double-ended.
I'm not woolly and double-ended.
Oh, you are a bit. You're like a badly built haystack.
I'm going.
Yes, you better go before Tom comes up.
Goodbye, my darling.
Norman.
What?
Oh, stop it.
What?
I'm sorry. Well, it's just, you're so terribly quaint.
Well, if it's quaint to be romantic, I mean, if you prefer me to knock you down.
Try it.
That's what you want. Where's the romance? Where's the romance gone? Destroyed by all the cynics and the liberationists. Woe betide the man who dares to pay a woman a compliment today. He bends to kiss her hand. Wham! The old karate chop on the back of the neck. She's away with his wallet. Forget the flowers and the chocolates and the soft words. Rather woo her with a self-defense manual in one hand and a family planning leaflet in the other.
Norman, you're so stupid.
Yes, I really do love you.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, that's a pity.
Why?
Well, for everyone. Golly, look at this garden. It's like a jungle. Old Mr. Purdy's got a bad leg again. He's been off a fortnight.
Oh?
Mrs. Purdy says it's a war wound. I think it's gout. He's a terrific drinker all day. The potting shed's full of his empties. He says they're for weed killer. He's got enough there to defoliate the whole of Sussex. If you look out the window at tea time, well, you can see him draped over his spade like an old bag of fertilizer.
7 o'clock then, back in the post office.
7 o'clock. I say, it's awfully exciting in a way, isn't it? Oh, do you know that I haven't been away from this place for nearly 2 years, what with Mother and one thing or another. Oh, I'm longing to see the sea again. I've forgotten what it looks like. Where did you say we were going? Hastings. Why did you choose Hastings?
Well, it looks sort of close on the map.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm sure Hastings is super.
Well, actually, I wasn't able to get us a vacancy, not after all. Not in Hastings.
Oh.
It's summer, you see.
Well, yes, I've noticed.
Yes, well, I'd forgotten.
So we're not going to Hastings?
Afraid not.
Well, where are we going?
Well, I managed after a bit of trouble to get us fixed up in East Grinstead. They had a cancellation.
Oh. East Grinstead, then. Haven't been there either.
It's the best I could do. It's on the way to Hastings.
Lovely.
Not that we'll be seeing much of it, eh?
How do you mean? Oh, Norman. Well, I expect we'll want to get some fresh air at some stage, though, won't we? I mean, well, we won't all the time. I mean, well, if it's a hotel, well, they'll want to come and make up the beds. And change the soap. So I expect we'll get time for a bit of snooping around. I mean, just a bit.
Oh, yes.
Well, I mean, it would be a shame to go all the way to East Grinstead and then we'll not see anything of it at all. I mean, well, what the hell? Let's do what we said and have a really dirty weekend. I mean, absolutely filthy. You know, it's all, well, it's still a dull girl.
Just
Go
pull
on.
the button off. The woolly thing, you just pulled the button off.
Yes.
Stopped into the village, bought some new pajamas.
Oh, super, my honor.
Yes,
Well, better than wearing the same ones you do with Ruth.
yes.
I mean, just because you're unfaithful. Well, there's no need for your pajamas to be as well.
No.
Well,
Would you like to have a look at my new pajamas now?
no.
Sort of sneak preview.
No, I think I'd rather wait and... Oh, was that the bell?
Bell?
Shh. Mother's bell. She's awake. Now you must go. I'll see you later. I'll have a bath before I leave.
Come, pussy. Here, puss. Come, cat. Here, puss, 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 puss. Puss, 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 puss. Aha, there you are. Oh, hello, Norman. Didn't know you were here.
Tom,
You and Ruth down to lend a hand, are you?
how do you mean?
With Annie going away, you down to help out?
More or less.
Where's Ruth?
She's not here.
I thought you said she was.
No, I never said she was. You're the one that said she was.
Look at that daft animal.
Hmm?
See it, the cat up there.
Oh, yes.
Avoiding me, aren't you? Septic paw. Last time I looked at it, we two had a mild disagreement. Not the most sociable animal.
Vicious brute. Kills on sight for pleasure.
Well, can't really treat a patient who's 30 foot up a tree. Think I'll call it a day. No way of luring him down.
You could sling a brick at it.
Oh, hardly.
Breach of professional etiquette.
Something of the sort, yes. Good Lord, what on earth are those?
Shh. They look like wild pajamas. Don't disturb them. They're nesting.
Yours, are they?
Yes. I better put them away before they savage someone. Go on, you brutes. Go on, get it! Stop top's all right. It's the bottoms you've got to watch.
Have you seen Annie yet?
No? Yes? Why?
Well, what's your opinion?
What of?
Man to man, between you and me.
What?
I mean, it's very odd, isn't it?
What is?
Well, her holiday. You know, nothing wrong with having a holiday, but why the mystery?
Mystery?
Practically sneaking off. Won't say where she's going, what she's going to do.
Maybe she doesn't want people to know.
Oh, no, not like Annie, that. She's usually very open, frank sort of person. You know what I mean.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I've known her a long time.
Doesn't give you ownership of her?
No, gives me interest, concern.
I should stick to coaxing cats out of trees.
Hastings.
Eh?
I've got a feeling she set her sights on Hastings.
Oh?
Oh, she keeps bringing it up, in passing, you know. Oh, do you think it'll be warm in Hastings this time of year? That sort of thing. Sometimes she tries to confuse the scent, makes it Deal or Brighton, but Hastings is the commonest. I'm betting even money on Hastings. See, well, the question is, and I'd like your advice on this, Norman. The point is, Norman, should I or should I not offer to go to Hastings too? I've been, turning it over in my mind. Should I or should I not?
No.
Why is she going, I ask myself? Is she going as a gesture, a covert invitation aimed at me?
No.
Is she asking me to come with her, in fact? Is she saying, I'm going to Hastings. If you care about me at all, you must come to Hastings.
No.
Having first, of course, told me in so many words, by a series of hints, exactly where she was going.
Hastings.
Yes.
No, no. If you want my opinion, that subtle woman's language for stuff you, I'm off.
Oh, no, I don't see that. I think I'll have to have it out with her.
I wouldn't bother.
Well, I'm giving that cat up for today. Are you coming in?
No, I'm going.
I thought you said you were staying.
No, I'm just passing through on my way to East Grinstead.
Really? Business?
Yes, yes. International Association of Assistant Librarians Annual Conference.
Oh, jolly good.
Excited. Don't jump. Think of your wife and kittens.
I'd better pop in.
Oi, oi.
Ah.
Hello, hello. Who's this shifty-looking pair?
Hello, Reg. Hello.
Tom? Norm, surprised to see you. You're both looking good, both looking good.
Yes, yes.
What a day, what a day. I ought to be knocking the ball about. Well, that little lot took us 62 minutes exactly, door to door. 49, nearly 50 miles as the crow flies. Know the trick? There's a trick to it. Don't take the A264, take the A272 and then branch off onto the B2139. It looks longer, but it isn't.
I usually take the A281.
Oh, my God.
How long does that take you?
Oh, about an hour and a half.
What, door to door?
Yes.
Well, it would. You're going around the houses. If you want to go that way, you'd do better to go through East Grinstead. What? What? East Grinstead!
Is Sarah here?
Yes, he went straight up to see Mother. Well, look at this for a day. What about this sunshine? Just the ticket. Hello, hello. Anyone here a bird watcher? Bird watcher, are you? Like watching birds? What do you make of that? Here, you're a vet. What do you make of that?
Oh, yes.
Good gracious, it's a cat.
Cat. See it? Cat.
Silly creature. Yeah.
His mother's cat, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, before I forget. Got another vet joke for you. Question, what happens when a vet walks through a deep puddle? Answer, he gets vet water in his Wellingtons. Vet water in his Wellingtons. Question, what does a vet use to decorate his house? Answer, vet paint. Vet paint. Heard that the other day. Tickled me. What brings you here, Norman? I didn't expect to see you. Is Ruth with you?
No.
Thank goodness for that. No offense, but thank goodness for that.
He's passing through.
Just passing through.
Oh, really?
Going to East Grinstead.
Ah, from here. You'll be going from here?
Well, since it's where I am, I thought it'd be a good place to start, yes.
Turn left out of here, not right. Through the village, then take the right fork past the pub. Brings you onto the A272, save you 10 miles.
No, don't fancy that way.
Why not?
Haven't got a car.
Catch that bus.
I'll do that.
Where are you going?
Oh, just in.
Oh, try and persuade that wife of mine to put the kettle on.
How is she then?
Who?
That wife of yours.
I don't know. She's all right. When I last looked at her. Now, what's going on?
Eh?
She off with Tom? Our Annie going off for a sly one with Tom?
Is she?
Obvious. As soon as she wrote to Sarah, asked us to come and look after Mother for the weekend, I thought, hello, what's up?
And Sarah?
Sarah?
What did she think?
No idea, didn't ask her. No, she's off with Tom. Well, you could tell he was a bit on edge. Looked guilty. He must have been desperate.
What do you mean, desperate?
Well, I mean, knowing him. Not exactly one for taking the plunge, is he? Been hanging around here for what, 3 years? And I bet you they haven't got further than a fumble on the sofa. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad for Annie. I mean, she's a bright girl. Not a great beauty, but her heart's in the right place. Easy temperament, good around the house.
All Nord Cons. Sunny view facing due south.
What?
You make her sound like she's a property up for sale.
No. All
Why
I'm
don't you
saying-
check her over for woodworm while you're at it?
Check her over for woodworm. I like that one. Want a toffee?
Not at the moment.
What takes you to East Grinstead then?
Ah, the business.
Business?
In a way.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Something lined up?
might say that.
A bit of stuff?
Just a little bit.
Oh, you lucky chap. He hasn't got a friend, has she?
She's got a sister, but she's married.
Yeah, I'm not fussy. You're on.
You reckon you get past Sarah then?
Oh, well, no. No, seriously, no. I was only joking. No. I would never, I don't believe in that personally. Mind you, I've been tempted. Well, when you've been married a few years, you can't help window shopping, you know? The old urge. But you keep it under control, don't you? Well, do you have to? Well, you might not have to, but I have to. Not that there isn't something to be said for it. I mean, I've often thought it might actually help a marriage sometimes. Tends to get a bit stale between you know. I'm not thinking just for me, for her too, Sarah. I mean, I'm not being selfish. Perhaps if she were to go away for a few days with someone, she might... Well, it might make her a bit more... Well, give her a fresh... Well, get her going again, for God's sake, if you follow. Mind you. It would never work for us. I mean, Sarah would never dream of going away. Pity. If she did, I could. No, we're not like you and Ruth, you see.
And what do we like?
Well, easier.
Nothing very easy about Ruth.
No, I didn't mean easy like that. I meant, well, let's face it, you always had a, what shall we say, an unconventional relationship. Ruth was always a nonconformist, though, even when we were kids. I envy that type sometimes. Mother was another, in a different way. That old lady up there's had a life, I can tell you.
I know.
She led our father a dance. Poor man. He wasn't really up to it. He used to lock himself in up there, pretend it all wasn't going on. Well, of course it was. Under his own roof sometimes. Well, it was bound to have an effect. Not so much on me. I mean, I was the eldest. But to Annie, she was younger. I think she let it drift over, as she does now most of the time. But Ruth was altogether different.
I know, I live with her.
She took it oddly.
She's a mess.
Putting it bluntly. Got Mother's looks, though. Attractive, wouldn't you say? I mean, difficult for a brother, but striking.
Oh, yes.
Annie and I always said she had our share. Certainly had mine. I don't think Sarah married me for my looks.
I wonder why she did.
I don't know. That's a good question. I must ask her that sometime. Well, I better get going or she'll be after me. Have a good journey. Think of me.
I will.
Oh! The hell she put in this one must have packed the bloody china cabinet. Oh, and another thing. We've got children. You haven't. That makes a difference. You can't go gallivanting off not with children. Responsibilities. Blast it.
Rich! Oh, hello, Norman.
Hello, Sarah. How's Sarah?
Oh, very well, thank you, Norman. Surprised to hear you were here.
Yes, I was just passing through.
That's nice.
Thought I'd look in on the old home.
Naturally.
But, well, must be off.
You taking those in, Rich?
Oh, yes.
I've just been talking to Annie.
Have you?
Yes. Oh, Reg, rather good news. She's decided she doesn't want to go away after all.
She doesn't.
No. Isn't that nice?
Well, we needn't have bothered to come then.
I think it's just as well we did.
All this wasting about, and we didn't need to come in the first place.
It gets difficult for her coping entirely on her own. Goodbye, Norman. I expect you'll want to be rushing off to East Grinstead.
Stupid, interfering, rotten bitch!
You dashing off immediately, or can you stay for a bit?
Oh, I'm staying. You bet your sweet life I'm staying.
All right, put him here. Put him here.
Right, down you come. Oh,
Thank you very much. Much obliged.
bit of fresh air should sober him up.
I've never known anyone who can ruin an evening as thoroughly as he can.
Nobody loves me.
Oh, Norman.
Nobody loves me at all.
I shouldn't think so.
Norman, listen to me. Will you stop feeling sorry for yourself? Anything that's happened to you is entirely your own fault.
It's the fault of that homemade wine, if you ask me.
Reg,
What?
would you mind leaving us for a moment and doing something useful?
What?
Oh, I don't know. Go and talk to Tom.
Tom's gone home.
Well, you could wash up the supper things. That wouldn't hurt you for once.
Well, Annie's doing that. She doesn't want me in there.
Annie is seeing to Mother. Anyway, we're supposed to be down here in order that Annie can have a rest.
We're supposed to have come down here in order that she can go away.
Well, she obviously isn't going away, is she? Not with this one.
I don't know why you didn't let them instead of interfering.
Do you honestly believe it was me that stopped them from going? Do you think I could have stopped them for a minute if they'd really wanted to go? If Annie had really wanted to go?
I think you'd have had a good try. All right, I'll do the washing up.
And put an apron on, otherwise you'll ruin those trousers.
You know, I wouldn't have missed this weekend for anything in the world.
Norman.
Sarah, we're alone at last.
Norman, I think it's about time we had a little talk.
No, honestly, don't bother, Sarah. I'll just curl up here in the garden. I won't be any more trouble, I promise you.
Norman?
Mm.
Norman, are you listening to me?
Yes, yes.
I've no wish to waste my time with you if you're not going to listen to me. A dozen things I could be doing at home. I've got 2 children to worry about, a house, a husband of sorts. But the point is, I seem to be the only one in this family capable of making any decision at all. I mean, whether I like it or not, I seem to be the head of the family at this moment. By rights, it ought to be Reg. But if you've lived with Reg, you know he's not capable of paying a gas bill. How he's still a real estate agent after all these years, I never cease to wonder. I'm amazed he hasn't sold someone the same house twice.
What's wrong with that? Standard estate agent's practice, isn't it?
Did you stop for a minute and seriously consider what the consequences would be when you asked Annie away for this weekend? Did you ever stop to think what would happen?
Ruth wouldn't care. She doesn't care.
I'm not interested in you and Ruth. Well, what you do is your business. I'm thinking of Annie. What about her?
She'd have had a good weekend. I'd have given her that. What have you ever given her? What has anybody ever given her?
Oh, very noble of you.
Not noble, she'd probably given me a good weekend.
And what would have happened to her and Tom?
He'd have never have known.
He would have found out.
Meaning you would have told him.
No, Annie would have done.
Annie, she's not that stupid.
She's in love with him.
With Tom?
Yes.
Rubbish. You've seen the 2 of them together. She kicks around the place like an old football. A punctured football. He doesn't even bounce back.
If she kicks him, it's probably the only way she can get any reaction from him at all. I mean, what is a woman supposed to do if she's stuck with a man like that?
Tom doesn't love anybody. Except cats and bull terriers. She's lucky he's so even-tempered. I told him the way she treats him, he ought to take a swing at her.
She'd probably prefer that to being ignored.
She doesn't want Tom. Stop trying to push everybody together. That cat's still up there. Push, push, push. You can come down now. He's gone. Present company accepted. The trouble with the men in this house, and I include your husband, is they allow themselves to be trampled on by the giant feet of their cow elephant spouses.
Whose fault's that?
Just because Reg happens to be a very friendly, gentle soul. Just because Tom happens to be a man who's never had an aggressive thought in his little head, in his little life. Is it some cue for every woman to come in here and bounce up and down on them like nubile lady trampoline artists? Look at him in there. What have you done to him? Little Reg. With his little pinny. Busy with his Bridget brush. Polishing away. Polishing the plates for dear life because Sarah said so.
While you're lying out here stinking of drink.
That's a man's role to lie about stinking of drink.
I'll bet you've never washed up in your life, have you?
I line up the dishes and I smash them slowly with a steak tenderizer. Remind me, I'll give Reg one for Christmas. That'll give you something to complain about.
You really don't understand me at all, do you? You don't like me, and you've never tried to understand me.
I understand you.
But you don't like me, do you?
Don't dislike you. You make me irritable. You're like mild athlete's foot.
I see.
I'll tell you, when I was in primary school, mixed infants, we had a little girl just like you, very pretty, very smart, clean, always beautifully dressed, nicely starched frock on, nicely iron bow in her hair. Butter wouldn't melt her anywhere, let alone her mouth. And she ran that little school with more sheer ruthless efficiency than the head of the mafia. She asked you to do something for her, and you did it. You never argued. There was no sense arguing with her. She was cleverer than you were, precociously clever. She could reduce a 9-year-old thug to tears with her sarcasm. There's no sense trying to thump her either. She'd seduced all the best muscle in the place. She had a bodyguard 5 deep. Not that she needed it. For some reason, she took a real dislike to me. Maybe it's because she could see what I really thought of her. Made my life hell. I used to be terrified to go to school. I used to pretend to be sick, hide, play truant, anything rather than go. Then one day in the holidays, she came round with her mother to our house to see my mother. The sociable tea and chat. And they sent the two of us out to play together. And suddenly, there we were. Not in the school, not on the playground, which was definitely her territory, but on mine. My garden, my patch. And we stood there looking at each other, and I thought, what have I got to be frightened of you for? A skinny little girl with knock knees and her front tooth missing? What have I got to be frightened of you for heaven's sakes? So I picked her up like this, under one arm, and I carried her down to the bottom of the garden by the rubbish tip. She didn't make a sound during this, not a word, nothing. And I looked around, and I found the biggest patch of stinging nettles that I could find. And I pulled down her knickers. And I sat her right in the middle of them. I felt marvelous. It was a beautiful moment. Magic. And she sat there for a very long time, not saying anything, just looking at me, weighing me up. Then she got up, and she pulled up her knickers. She took a hold of my hand and gave me a great big kiss. Then we went in and had our tea. I've never been in love like that again.
I don't believe a word of it.
It may have been an allegory.
Really? Meaning what?
Meaning, watch it. This garden is full of nettles.
I believe you would, too, if you weren't so drunk.
I would if I thought you'd give me a kiss.
Oh, Norman. First Ruth and then Annie, now me. Be your age.
I don't mean any harm.
You're so dopey. I don't know how anybody could fall for you.
God knows. Animal magnetism.
You've no morals, no nothing, have you?
I'm full of love.
And wine.
By God, you're lovely.
Now, Norman, that's enough.
Going to call Reg, are you?
That's enough, I said. Quite enough.
Help, help, Reg!
No more. Enough.
Sorry.
Oh, my God, what am I doing?
I know what you're doing. Don't worry, I'll tell you later.
Norman, let me get you something to eat.
I've got you. That's enough.
No, Norman, please, let me get you something to eat. I'll come back.
Where are you going?
I want to get you something to eat, Norman. I want you to eat something. I'll come back.
Come back.
After I've got you something to eat.
I'm sorry. Were you two having a private conversation?
No. I was just getting Norman something to eat.
What's the matter with her?
How do you mean?
Well, she's all jittery.
No.
You haven't been getting at each other again, have you?
Well, here and there.
You've never got on with her, have you, Norman? I know she's difficult. I mean, well, she drives me up the wall sometimes. But honestly, if you just try and be nice to her, it does pay off.
I'll bear that in mind.
Look at you, you old tip.
Oh, don't do that.
Lovely night. I had to read to Mother. She wouldn't go off to sleep for ages. I wouldn't mind, but she likes these awful books.
What sort? Horror stories, knowing her.
Oh, they wouldn't be so bad. I don't object to horror stories. No, she insists on these torrid romances. I mean, really, well, it's bad enough having to buy them with their incredible front covers. I have to wrap them around with copies of Country Life, just, well, to carry them home. But it's having to read them out loud, well, it's awfully embarrassing. You can't skip anything. Come on, she says. They did more than that. Come on.
She's an evil lady, that one. No wonder why you're all so odd.
Norman, look, I know why you got drunk tonight.
Oh, you've guessed my secret?
It was because I let you down, wasn't it?
Good Lord, no.
I feel really dreadful.
Think nothing of it.
Well, the worst thing is, we planned this weekend in January, and we talked and we wrote about it for 6 months. And, well, you go and you get it all organized. Oh, I don't think I really could have gone anyway. It was just a dream. Something you think about but never really mean to do. And then you turn up here.
And the dream's shattered.
What I'm saying is, don't blame Sarah. She merely said what I was feeling. You mustn't take it out on her. You mustn't hate her.
Right.
It's my fault. I'm a coward.
Forget it.
Tom was awfully odd this evening. I don't think he knows, but I think he suspects. It was almost rude for Tom. He told me that I looked like an old post office sack or something.
Good God. The man's a sadist.
I suppose I do a bit. I think I'm going to make one of my efforts tomorrow. I haven't made an effort for a bit.
You're fine.
Norman, look, I'm going to say something, but you're not to look at me while I'm saying it. Do you promise?
Now, what do you intend to do while you're saying it, may I ask?
Well, nothing. I'll get embarrassed if you do.
You're going to read me one of Mother's books, aren't you?
Norman, please, this is really difficult.
Sorry, won't look.
Well, the thing is, I promised you this weekend, I promised that I would go away with you and that I would stay with you in a hotel and everything. Well, I've let you down. I've been a coward.
No.
I suppose the bit that made me a coward was the going away bit, really. The actual thing of going into a hotel, that pretending, it just isn't really me. I just get embarrassing and stupid.
Never.
Anyway, I'm not a coward about anything else. Do you get what I mean?
No.
Oh, for heaven's sake. If you want to come to my room tonight, you'll be very welcome. There, that's it. You can look now. Well?
Well?
I suppose I've done that all wrong, too.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, say something. Anything, even if it's only thank you.
At what time?
What?
Would you like me to come? What time would you like me to come?
I don't know. Well, when you like. Don't make it too late. I'll be asleep.
I just got one or two things to do first.
Oh, well, suit yourself. I'll go up and make up your bed. Just for appearances, I should get into it, make it look used.
Yes, good idea.
You know, for Sarah's benefit.
Hey?
Well, in case she, you know.
Right. I'll mess it up for Sarah.
Well,
Well,
see you later then.
right.
Oh, beg your pardon, beg your pardon. Sorry, I saw nothing at all, don't worry. Sarah says, where does this go?
Oh, I don't know, just sling it on top of the cupboard, that's what I do.
All right.
Oh, it's all right. I'm going in anyway, you've got to know how to sling it.
Hello there, Norman.
Hello there, Reg. You come to seduce me?
Hey? Nothing. Oh, that's that done anyway. I hate washing up. Look at these hands, ruined. Hey, I'm going to get myself a drink. Do you want one?
Great.
Think we've earned one?
Bring the bottle.
Oh, right.
This boy can do no wrong tonight. He has the Midas touch. Every woman turns to gold. Come down here, chap. You don't know what you're missing.
Who are you shouting at? Oh, yes, hello, pussy. There we are, the last of Mother's homemade parsnip. Don't you want a glass?
They all drink from the bottle. I'm all man tonight.
Wish I was. I'm clapped out. Well, cheers.
Good health, Red. Oh, it's a good night, Reg. A lovely night.
Beautiful.
It's on a night such as this that all the base instincts, the primitive man, the hunter, come flooding up. You long to be away, free, with the urge to rape and pillage and conquer.
Just got the urge to put my feet up. I think my ankles are swelling again.
By God, I'm filled with a lust for conquest tonight.
I'm going to get varicose veins if I'm not careful. That'll be the next thing. I've just about got everything else.
I just got this tremendous idea, Reg. I want to tell you about this tremendous idea. May I tell you about this tremendous idea?
Yes, all right, if you want to.
Just come to me. This tremendous idea. It's terrific. Let's all of us, you, me, and Tom, let's just take a couple of weeks and go.
Go? Where?
Anywhere, just we men.
You mean a holiday?
No, it sounds so damn conventional. No, I just want us to go. I want us to see things, and taste things, and smell things, and touch things. Touch trees, and grass, and earth. Let's touch earth together, Reg.
Where were you thinking of going?
Everywhere. Let's go everywhere. Let's be able to say we have seen and experienced everything.
We had to be going to do that in 2 weeks, wouldn't we?
I've never really looked before, you know, Reg. These kids today, they've got the right idea. This world is my world, and I'm going to put my arms around it and hug it to me.
I go easy on that stuff, you know.
And one great big bloody beautiful embrace.
Shh, quiet, Norman. Mother's asleep.
When you think of the things we've done with our lives, Reg, our little lives up to this moment, you realize what a waste. What a dreadful waste. Don't let me die before I've seen it. Don't let me die.
It's all right, Norman. You're not going to die. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh, Reg!
Steady on, steady on.
Oh, my brother, Reg, my brother.
Well, yes, brother-in-law, yes.
Stop hating and start loving, Reg.
Yes, good idea, Norman. Good idea.
I love you, Reg. I'm not ashamed to say that to my brother. I love you, Reg. I love you.
He's obviously had a...
I think we'd better get him inside.
Yes. He's crying.
He's drunk. That's all he is, drunk. Come along, we have to drag him. I'm not going to lift him. This way, Reg.
Nobody loves me.
Oh, Norman.
Nobody loves me at all.
Well,
Yes.
Norman and Annie. Well, well.
Yes, I thought you ought to know.
Yes, it was awfully good of you to phone. I don't know what I'm expected to do, though.
Well,
I mean, one can't take it very seriously. It's obviously only another of Norman's gestures against the world or whatever. It isn't as if they've even done anything.
well, I think you might have done a little more than just laugh. I mean, if I'd been in your position,
Sarah, dear, I've been married to Norman for 5 years. I have learnt through bitter experience that the last thing to do with Norman is to take him seriously. That's exactly what he wants. Not saying it isn't a strain sometimes to keep smiling when he's behaving particularly bizarrely and threatening to burn down the house. When he really gets on top of me, I just go to bed and lock the door.
I'm amazed you stayed with him. I really am.
Well, I don't really look at it that way. I rather think of him as staying with me. After all, I make all the payments on the house. Most of the furniture is mine. It has crossed my mind in moments of extreme provocation to throw him out, but, oh, I don't know. I think I must be rather fond of him. It's a bit like owning an oversized, unmanageable dog being married to Norman. He's not very well house-trained, needs continual exercising, and it's only sensible to lock him up if you're having visitors, otherwise he mauls them. But I'd hate to get rid of him.
That's all very well if you keep him under proper control. I mean, when he goes around upsetting other people's lives, Annie's, for
You
example...
can't blame Norman entirely, you know. He only jumps up at people that encourage him. It's a general rule. If you don't want Norman licking your face, don't offer him little titbits. I don't mean just Annie either.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, Sarah. I'm sure at some time he's cast an eye in your direction.
Certainly not.
In fact, I've seen him do it.
Oh, rubbish. Don't assume everyone's motives are the same as your own. Anyway, the point is, so far as I can gather, Annie and Tom are practically not on speaking terms. They had words, it seems, last night. I don't know whether Tom knows about Norman, but he senses something. He's very upset.
She's still not with that limp man.
Tom would make her a very good husband. I mean, he may have his faults, but when you compare him with some men, well, he's kind. He's very considerate. He's done a lot for Annie over the years.
He's as selfish as hell.
That is just not true.
He is quite content, from all accounts, to come around here day after day, use this place as a second home, come and go exactly as he pleases, and what has he given her in return? Absolutely nothing.
I think that's extremely unfair.
He's a parasite, like a tick on one of his wretched animals.
Oh, well, it's obviously not worth discussing this with you any further. We don't see eye to eye on anything. We never have.
Quite right. Very sensible. I'm going to enjoy a bit of sun. Then I'll go home and do some work. It was very kind of you to phone and express so much concern over my relationship with Norman. But as I say, there is nothing I can do. Norman is a law unto himself and always has been. And I have a mountain of work to do by tomorrow, and what the hell's wrong with this chair?
If you'd wear your glasses, it would help.
Don't you start on to me about my glasses. Norman's bad enough.
You drive, you grope about, you drive cars.
Oh, go away, Sarah. You're a pain in the neck.
I think Norman's just about what you deserve. I really do.
Damn glass, this thing.
Oh, here, let me show you.
Go away.
Oh. All right, all right. I don't know why you don't wear your glasses. They're a great improvement.
Ruth. Hello.
Who's that?
Ah,
Oh, hello.
you're here.
Yes.
Ah.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Seen Norman?
Yes.
Ah. Seen Annie?
Yes. And I've seen Reg and Sarah. In fact, I think I've seen just about everybody there is to see.
And now you've seen me.
Yes. I've seen you.
You look different somehow. Can't think why. Different.
I'm older, perhaps.
No. Can't think. It'll come to me.
What?
I was just wondering if there was any reason we were sitting this way.
Well, I don't know why you should be.
No do I.
I know why I am.
Oh, why?
I can't put the bloody thing up.
Well, just a sec. Wait, excuse me.
Oh.
On here. There we are.
Thank you.
So, you've seen Annie, you say?
Yes.
How did she look?
Aren't you going to put your chair up?
Oh, yes, good idea.
Annie looks very well from what I've seen.
Point is, I think I'm in her bad books.
Really?
Yes, I rather went at her last night.
Did
Tore her off a strip.
Mm.
Yes, I thought it might, well, she seemed to be taking me far too much for granted.
Was she?
So I thought a couple of sharp words might do the trick. Told her to straighten herself up.
Did you?
Told her she looked a mess.
I see.
Yes, I threatened to belt her. Really let rip. Haven't slept a wink. Do you think I've damaged my chances?
Chances of what?
Oh, I don't know, just general chances.
Well, some women do respond awfully well to that sort of treatment. They enjoy tremendously being told they look a mess. They actually thrill to the threat of physical violence. I've never met one that does, but they probably do exist. In books. By men. There are probably some women who enjoy being thrown into canals. One just doesn't bump into them every day, not even in this family.
You reckon I might possibly have been on the wrong track?
I'd have thought so.
Oh, well, for once he was wrong.
Who was wrong?
Norman.
Norman? He told you to do that?
He suggested I do something of the sort.
Insult her and threaten to beat her up?
Yes, he's generally right. About women, anyways. Got a good instinct, has Norman. Has a way with women. Oh, I shouldn't really be saying this, should I?
Tom,
Hmm?
at risk of pouring bad advice on bad, I think perhaps I ought to point you in the right direction.
Oh, yes, do. Any advice?
Firstly, there are fallacies in Norman's well-known universal theory of womanhood, with which, as it happens, as his wife, I am familiar. Now, he claims women can be divided into two groups, the ones you stroke and the ones you swipe. There has been some research done on this, and it's been discovered quite recently that they are actually a little more complex.
Yes, it follows. Mhm.
Good. They enjoy flattering no less than a man does. Though if you're flattering a woman, it pays to be a little more subtle. Don't have to bother with men. They believe any compliment automatically.
Oh, come on, hardly.
Well, we won't argue that. All I'm saying is, Tom, you're an intelligent man, and you're not unattractive.
Oh, well, Thank you very much.
And you obviously feel a lot of things that you don't show, necessarily, which is marvelous in a crisis, but a bit disheartening in times of peace.
How do you mean?
I think you have to give a little. Give, Tom, do you see?
Ah.
Do you follow me?
Aha, yes. Give a little what?
My God, you're a frustrating person to talk to, Tom. I feel like a mouse they have in one of those cages with the wheels inside. One keeps going round and round like mad, getting nowhere.
That's interesting that you should mention that. There have been some studies done, you know, mice and wheels, and it's really quite remarkable.
Yes, right. Thank you. Let's not wander off the subject.
No.
I think your brain works all right. I think what must happen is it receives a message from the outside. Once that message gets inside your head, it must be like an unfiled internal memo in some vast civil service department. It's shunted from desk to desk with nobody willing to take responsibility for it. Let's try some simple reaction, shall we? I hate you, Tom. Do you hear? I hate you.
Hmm?
Well, try again. I love you, Tom. I love you.
I don't quite get this. A game, is it?
No, Tom, it is not a game. It's an attempt to communicate.
Ah.
Very refreshing after Norman, I'll give you that. He's never one to hide anything. He has 3 emotions for every occasion.
I know what it is. Why you look different. You're not wearing your glasses.
No.
Makes a great difference to you, that, you know, without your glasses.
Thank you, Tom. That's very good. You're learning.
I think I prefer you with them on, actually.
Tom, do you get along well with your animals by any chance?
Yes, generally.
You amaze me. You have a disastrous effect on me. Did you know that?
Oh.
Everything inside tends to boil over ever so slightly.
Oh, well, it is pretty warm.
I have a desire to put on my glasses, take off my clothes, and dance naked on the grass for you, Tom. I'd put on my glasses not in order to improve the shape of my face, but in order to see your reaction, if any. And as I whirled faster and faster, the sun glinting on my lenses, flashing messages of passion and desire, I'd hurl you to the ground, rip off your clothes, and we'd roll over and over, making mad, torrid, steaming love together. How does that grab you, Tom?
Good Lord. Have to be careful when you roll in this grass. Are you all right? Fairly hot, this sun. Perhaps you ought to have a lie down.
I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. I tried my best. I'm sorry.
Can I get you an aspirin? Perhaps, Oh, look, I had no idea you felt like this. I honestly had no idea.
Like what?
Like that with me.
I have never hidden my feelings toward you, Tom.
I have no idea.
What are you talking about?
Well, I feel terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, this has complicated things no end. Yes, it looks as though the ball's in my court, brother. Yes, you've bowled me a googly there.
What the hell's a googly?
Well, if a woman unexpectedly suddenly tells you she loves you, where do you go from there?
Are we talking theoretically?
If you like.
Well, it rather depends on you then, doesn't it? Firstly, you have to ask yourself, do I love her?
Oh, well, I haven't had much time to think. I mean, well, love's a bit strong. But anyway, there's somebody else.
What are you talking about?
Well, there's Norman. I've got to think of Norman's feelings.
Norman? Nonsense. As far as Norman's concerned, this is some passing romantic pipe dream, so stop using Norman as an excuse for your own inadequacy. If you don't grab quickly, somebody else will, sooner or later. Somebody with a lot more determination than Norman ever had.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I had no idea. Does Norman know, do you think?
Know what?
About me.
Of course he knows.
Oh, that explains it. That's why he's been a bit odd toward me. Slightly strange, you know. Oh, well. You're looking very nice, by the way. Lovely. Very nice indeed. Very well turned out.
I think you're a raving lunatic.
I do go a bit over the moon sometimes, but you don't need to worry. Oh, hello.
Hello. Do you both want a cool drink?
Oh, well,
No, I think I've had enough, son. I think I'll go in and brave Mother.
Yes, she's awake. I've just been in with her.
Right. Talk to her.
Eh?
Tell her.
Oh.
Tom, do you want a cool drink?
No, that's all right. You look different somehow. Why is it?
Probably not wearing her glasses.
No, it's not that. Oh, it'll come to me.
Don't force it. Did you catch the cat?
Oh, yes. He was round the front there when I arrived, sitting in the sun, purring away.
Oh, good. Is his paw better?
Oh, yes. Well, it wasn't anything serious, really. I was...
Oh, the way you went on about it, I thought you were going to have to amputate a leg.
No. Well, actually, you may not have noticed, but you probably seem to have the unhealthiest cat in the country.
He hasn't had a day without something. He's either got feeble resistance or else he's a terrific hypochondriac. I don't know which. He's the only cat I know with a personal physician.
I'm afraid I do rather use them, actually, as a reason for coming.
Oh, there's no need. You're welcome here at any time. Seems a bit unfair to keep pumping him full of medicine just as an excuse for a meal.
Oh, I don't quite do that.
Well,
Yes.
any time, Tom.
Thanks.
Tom, I've got to tell you something.
Yes. So have I.
Yes, well, let me tell you mine first. I think I know what you're going to say, and well, this may make all the difference. The point is, this weekend, Norman asked me to go away with him.
Norman.
Yes. He wanted us to go away together to a hotel. As you see, we didn't go, but I thought you ought to know that we were considering it. I nearly agreed. There, I said it, that's it.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Are you hurt?
No, I understand, I think.
You do. You wouldn't have wanted me to go, would you?
No, but I don't think I'd have had the right to stop you.
Well, no, maybe not technically. I mean, I know we're not that close. All the same, I thought that you might have felt...
No, it's not that. It's not you. It's just that I think I understand what Norman was doing.
He was asking me to go away to a hotel.
Oh, yes, I know that. But why was he?
Why does any man?
Oh, yes. But you see, behind all that in some obscure way, I think he wanted to get back at me.
Get back at you?
He knows, you see.
Knows what?
About Ruth and me.
You and Ruth?
Yes, that's what I wanted to tell you.
Ruth and you?
Yes.
But you haven't. With Ruth?
Oh, no, not with Ruth, no.
Well, with who then?
No, well, it is with Ruth, but not me with Ruth, rather Ruth with me. There's a difference.
Is there?
Yes, you see, it appears that Ruth, you'll have to bear with me. This is fraught with embarrassment. Ruth, you see, I'm so useless at this. I never pick up these signals and signs and hints till it's far too late. Ruth's apparently been carrying a torch for me.
She has?
Yes, I didn't encourage her, I promise you. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know till just now.
Tom, are you sure you've got this right? I mean, well, Ruth can be a little quick, you know. I'm not saying you did. Could you have missed the point?
Oh, no. I assure you I did not miss the point. No chance of that. Rather wish I had. No, she made it all graphically clear. She wanted to take off her clothes. It's very embarrassing. I won't go into it.
No, go on. Take off her clothes.
Well, she went on, you know. I hate you. I love you. I want to roll about naked in my glasses.
Are you sure you've got this right, Tom?
Oh, yes. She said that she never belonged to Norman. It was all just a pipe dream, that Norman knew all about it, and I'd better grab hold of her while she's still boiling over.
I don't believe it. What did you say?
Well, I said I'd have to think it over.
Think it over?
Oh, yes, obviously.
Well, what about me?
Oh, yes, that too.
Oh, that too?
Oh, goodness, this is getting awfully difficult.
Oh, it's not difficult at all. Don't let me stand in your way. You rush off.
No.
Go on, go on.
No, Annie, please.
And in the future, I would be grateful if you would stop molesting our damn cat.
Right, here we are. I've got the ball. Catch Annie.
Reg, please, not right now.
Oh, come on. Norman, come on out. We can all do some exercise. Stuck indoors far too much.
Reg, please, not just at the moment, please.
Right. Where's the action then?
What are you wearing?
Found them upstairs in the cupboard.
I think they're my old ones.
Thank you for the loan. Hey, what's this I see?
What?
Take a look at this. Take a look at this beautiful girl.
Oh, yes, she's got a skirt on.
The sunshine has brought the butterfly out of its chrysalis. Isn't she beautiful?
All right, Norman, don't overdo it.
No, honestly, you look great. Doesn't she, Tom?
Yes, that's what it is. You've got a thing on, a dress. I knew there was something different.
Give the boy a Wolf Cub badge. Fantastic.
Oh, shut up.
Are we playing a game?
Yes.
No.
Don't get all ladylike just because you're in drag.
What are we playing?
I've got it. Strip catch. Every time you drop the ball, you've got to take something off. Right. There you go, Eddie. Catch. Right, you dropped it. Come on, get it off.
Who thumped you, Norman?
Right, I've got it. Listen. The person with the ball, he calls out somebody's name. And at the same time, he must throw the ball to somebody else. He mustn't throw it to the person whose name he's called out, and he mustn't call out his own name. Right? Otherwise, he loses a life. Everybody has 2 lives, and you lose a life if you drop the ball. Right? Here we go. Catch. No.
Oh.
Keep it going. You've got to keep it going
Reg.
fast. Annie.
Oh. Norman.
Norman.
Tom. Oh.
Right. That's 1 life, Russ.
Me.
That's 1 life.
Sorry, Reg.
Tom.
Annie.
Not too hard, not too hard. Right. That's 1 life for me. Right. Annie.
Annie.
Oh. Annie. Oh.
Right, out.
I'm
You're
sorry.
out.
I'm no good at this. I'll watch.
Norman.
Annie. Right, next catch.
Norman.
Oh, steady on, steady on. I wasn't ready.
You're ready. You're out.
I wasn't ready. You were watching. I wasn't ready, was I?
Sorry, I missed that.
You're out.
Rubbish.
What happens now?
Just us 2.
You can't play with just 2 of you.
Yes, we can.
Don't be daft. I mean,
Norman.
Annie, this is stupid.
Norman, no, it isn't.
oh, well, let them play if they want. How's that car of yours running?
Oh, no complaints. No complaints.
It's funny because my next door neighbor, he's bought one of those. Same year, same model. He's had a lot of bad luck with his. He's done what? About 800 miles, barely run it in. Starting up this fairly steep hill in 4th. Changes to 3rd. Big lorry behind him, big lorry in front of him. Finds he needs to change to 2nd. And whack! The whole gear lever comes off in his hand. There he is on that steep hill. In 3rd. Just about to stall. Lorry there, lorry there. Could have been nasty. Oh, as it happened, fortunately he has the presence of mind to turn the wheel off the road into the ditch. Save his place, what else can he do? He said, that's the last time I buy one of those. You won't catch me buying one of those again. Well, you've been lucky up to now, that's all I can
Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but could someone please confirm that I'm seeing what I think?
Hey! Annie!
Oh, go away. Throw a bucket of water on them, for heaven's sakes.
All right, 2 can play at that. 2 can play at that. I love you. Do you hear? I love you.
I beg your pardon.
I love you too.
I'm collecting dirty pets. Oh, my God, what are you doing?
heavens, look at the time. We ought to be halfway home by now.
Sorry to hold you up.
Gives you a lot of trouble, does it, your car?
Oh, now and then. Sometimes starts all right, only if you're not in a hurry to go anywhere.
Oh, Reg, you'll soon get it going.
I hope so.
Oops, just a minute, it's not right. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
It's nice that Tom came back this morning.
Yes.
I'm glad he didn't decide to go off in a huff.
No.
After yesterday, he certainly could have done.
He has a forgiving nature.
Yes, but then one could say that about you.
That's one of the hazards of living with Norman. It was much more alarming being attacked by Tom. That I wasn't even expecting.
Fuse wire. We need a bit of fuse
Oh,
wire.
look at your hands.
Well, I've been...
For heaven's sakes, don't get it all over your shirt.
It's a very dirty engine you've got there.
Sorry. We seldom get round to washing that.
Let alone the outside.
Very kind of you.
No trouble. What I'll do is, I'll bind it on with a bit of fuse wire. It'll only be temporary, but it should get you home. She'll still need a shop to start, though. Could you get it for me?
What?
Fuse wire.
Why can't you get it?
Well, look at my hands. I'll get it all over everything.
I don't see why I should
All
get it.
right, all right. I'll get it myself. I'll open the door with my teeth.
Oh, all right. I'll get it as usual. What is it you want?
Fuse wire.
Oh.
It's usually in the bottom kitchen drawer. At least that's where we used to keep it. It's very thin, silver-coloured wire wrapped around a...
I know what fuse wire looks like.
Fine.
Just wait there. I don't know.
We'll soon have it fixed.
Thank you.
I hope so, anyway. We'll have to be getting underway soon, or she'll be complaining again. I don't know what the hurry is to get home. I don't have to collect the children until this afternoon. We could have enjoyed the sun. You ought to be at work too, oughtn't you?
Oh, I think I've taken the day off. So's Norman.
Ah, well, why not?
Sarah's being awfully amiable towards me at the moment. I don't know why that should be, do you?
No.
I'm afraid I suspect her when she's nice to me. I don't want to sound mean about your wife, but whenever she smiles, it usually means some disaster is about to overtake me. She was extremely cheerful on my wedding day, I seem to remember. I wonder what she's up to. Do you know?
Well,
What?
it's silly, but... Now, this sounds ridiculous. But do you think Norman has,
As what?
well, you know, towards Sarah?
Norman and Sarah?
No, I don't think he can. I just had that idea. I must be getting jumpy. But he's been around everyone else, hasn't he?
Everyone else being Annie.
Well, yes, if you like.
I don't think you should suspect Norman of everything, you know.
No,
He can't be held responsible for every strange relationship in this family.
No, I'm sorry, I'm
He's
sorry.
not a complete monster.
No. Ah,
There's none there, only this.
that's garden wire.
I know it's garden wire. This is all there is.
Worse than useless, much too thick.
Well, I'm trying to be helpful.
We need fuse wire. I'll find it, don't worry.
I just said there isn't any.
Of course there is. I'll find it.
Well, you won't, you know.
You want to bet?
Why are you always trying to make me out a liar?
You missed it. It's there.
I'll show you, Reg. It is not there.
It's there.
I've looked everywhere for it. It's not there.
It's always there.
You're making me very cross.
Where's the man with the fuse wire then?
Arguing with his wife, surprisingly. They
Oh?
can't find it. That wouldn't have anything to do with you, would it?
Me? I haven't got the fuse wire.
I mean, them arguing.
Glad we're staying at home today.
I don't think my office will be, particularly.
We'll have a great time. Let's do something fun.
Oh, we could wash up.
No.
We've got 2 months' worth.
No, that's not fun.
You could cut our hedge. The man next door has been complaining again. He says he's going to write the council.
Stupid git. Why doesn't he move?
That's what he said about us.
It's very cruel to cut hedges. Tell him it's against my principles.
You tell him. So you haven't been making eyes at Sarah then,
Sarah?
in case you left anyone out.
Good God, what do you take me for?
I took you for a husband, Norman, very foolishly. I can feel my life expectancy shortening minute by minute. After this weekend, it's down about 5 years.
Don't blame me, I haven't done anything.
What?
Tom's forgiven me, he's happy.
Tom is an idiot.
He's a shrewd man. Realized it wasn't serious, Annie and I. Just a mad idea. We're both depressed. I wanted to cheer her up, that's all.
Well, next time, send her a funny postcard.
It won't be a next time. I'm concentrating on you.
Oh, God.
I'll be sad to leave here. I like it down here. Must have been nice to grow up in this house. Was it nice?
It was all right. I liked the house. It was the people I didn't care for.
You don't know when you're well off. When I think of my childhood, that little pokey back-to-back terrace,
Overlooking Regent's Park.
Hyde Park,
Where?
the unfashionable side, the slums of South Kensington. Ah, they were hard days, lass. Anyway, Hyde Park's not country, it's just an underground car park with a grass roof. Shall we have a party?
No, we won't.
Go on, let it be fun.
I'm much too tired.
Right, we'll go to bed. We'll go to bed.
I said I'm tired.
To rest, we'll rest.
I know you and your rest. Your mind just doesn't associate bed with sleep at all. I don't know when you do sleep. Certainly isn't with me.
I was brought up to believe it was insulting to sleep with your wife, or any lady for that matter. A gentleman stays eagerly awake on one elbow. He sleeps at his work. That's what work's for. Why do you think they have all those silence notices in the library so as not to disturb me in my little nook behind the biography shelves H to K?
They'll sack you.
They daren't. I reorganized the main index. When I die, the secret dies with me.
Well, that's done it.
Done what?
Oh, that thing on your car, I fixed it back on.
I thought we needed a wire.
Oh, no, it's screwed on. Don't need wire.
This fet's a genius.
Oh, no, same thing happened on mine. They're always falling off those things.
Brilliant.
Do you think someone ought to tell Reg? They're still looking for it, you
Oh,
know.
good Lord, I'll tell
No,
you.
no, please let me. I want to.
No, please.
No, please, please. I want to see his face. Red!
He's so bouncy this morning I could kick him.
Yes,
Oh, Tom, do stop looking that way.
what?
Embarrassed and furtive.
Well, I want to,
Let's just forget it. It was a misunderstanding.
yes, well, I don't usually grab hold of women in that way, you know.
I do realize.
I don't want you to get the impression that
I haven't.
as long as you appreciate it.
It's a pity you don't, in a way.
What?
Grab hold more often.
How do you
Annie,
mean?
for instance. I think she'd appreciate it.
I don't think so. I don't think she goes in for that sort of thing.
Apart from with Norman.
Ah, that's a good point. I hadn't looked at it quite like that.
I think perhaps you should.
Women are really dreadfully complicated, aren't they? Or do I mean human beings?
Well, they can be one and the same.
No, I mean, with other animals, well, the majority of them, they're either on heat or off heat, and everyone knows where they are. I probably should have been born a horse or something. With Annie, I never really know. I mean, just now, I was chatting away with her about something or other. She started breaking a plate.
What?
Smashing a plate. No reason, just simply smashing a plate. Oh, I hardly like to say anything to her when she's like that, in case she starts on me.
Well, I think she might.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, that's all right.
You might have told me it's screwed. I spent half an hour looking for fuse wire, which isn't where it should be.
I thought you knew it's screwed.
If I'd known it's screwed, I wouldn't have... Miss Hubbard isn't much help, sniggering away.
Norman, stop your sniggering.
I'm not sniggering. These are joyful guffaws.
Did you put the top back on?
No, I thought you wanted...
Right, Norman, come and do something useful for once.
If it's only for once.
We'll put it together. Then I'll tell you as far as the top of the hill, and you're free to roll her down. That should start her. Oh, wait a minute. Have I got my tow rope? I don't think I have. I think I took it out to make way for the cases. Do you carry a tow rope?
What a concept. I think we've lost the key to the boot, haven't we?
Well, how'd you open it then?
Oh, we haven't for years.
Oh, good grief.
And my
Annie!
football's in there. And my gym shoes. Never mind, they'll rust away eventually.
Annie, have we got such a thing as a rope? A big, thick one?
Oh, I think there's one in the cellar. It's very heavy.
Just the job. Tom, you fetch the rope.
Rope?
It's in the cellar, foot of the stairs.
Oh, right. Rope.
Norman, follow me.
Must be marvelous to be a leader of men.
Well, I think we're going to be staying here another day at this rate.
Oh, well, it's no bother.
I think it's better if we don't. This country air has a disastrous effect on some of us. Not that I blame anyone in particular, least of all you. Looking after that woman's enough to turn you completely.
I'm sorry. I've said I'm sorry.
Why should you be? It was entirely Norman's fault.
Not really. I was feeling lonely and sorry for myself.
I'm sure you were. That doesn't excuse Norman.
He was lonely, too.
Norman? Nonsense. What's he got to be lonely about? Sorry for himself, maybe. No, he just can't bear not to be the center of attention. Anyway, we won't talk about Norman. He gets talked about far too much, which is why he does these things in the first place. Now, you and Tom.
Yes.
Do try and sort something out between you, will you? You shouldn't let it drag on and on. It's really absurd. You both want each other. You both should have each other. Look, it's a lovely day. After we've all gone, sit Tom down out here and tell him point blank. Either he marries you, or comes and lives with you, or whatever it is you both want, or clears off for good. That'll do it. Be so much more convenient, and then we wouldn't have to worry.
Oh, which would also be convenient.
Well, we do worry. There's no point in you giving up everything for Mother's sake. Turn you into a martyr like Sarah, which would be too dreadful for words. Two of you in the family. Don't worry. You can't spend the rest of your life smashing crockery. It's sometimes quite satisfying, but it's no substitute for the real thing.
Well, who told you about that?
Tom.
Oh.
Who else?
Oh, no one.
There. Fuse wire. I found it. It wasn't where he said at all. I knew it wasn't. He wouldn't believe me until he'd seen for himself. Do you know where I found it?
In the pantry on the second shelf.
Fancy keeping it in the pantry. Who on earth keeps fuse wire in the pantry?
People who have fuse boxes in their pantry.
Oh, look at the time. Well, I'd better go and find him and give him this.
I shouldn't bother.
Why?
He doesn't need it.
Doesn't need it? What do you mean he doesn't need it?
Now then,
What do you mean you don't need it?
need what?
This fuse wire you've been going on
Oh,
about.
we fixed that hours ago.
Do you realize
We
I've
couldn't
been
wait
on...
all day for you, could we? Right, we're ready to go.
What about your rope?
I had it all the time. I thought I'd taken it out, but I hadn't.
All knots secured, Skipper.
Has he tied the tow rope?
Yes.
Check it.
What do you mean? I'll have you know. We all nautical men. Wait, cross the Serpentine in my day. Couldn't do it now, old bastard. Not with this old peg leg.
Come on, Norman.
I'll tell you as far as the top of the hill, right? Then you're free to let her go, but for heaven's sake, wait till I'm out of the way.
This could be fun.
Come along, Redmond. It's terribly late. Oh, goodbye, Annie.
Bye.
Thank you for looking after us.
You're welcome.
We'll see you at Christmas if not before.
Oh, I shouldn't think before.
No?
Goodbye, Annie.
Bye.
Bye.
Come along, Norman.
Take care.
Keep your handbrake on.
All right,
Don't
Reg.
let it go until I
All
give
right.
you a signal. But I
Yes,
just have that car, please.
Okay.
I don't let anything.
Norman.
I'll give you a ring, can I?
What are you
I'll fix it up a bit better next time. I'll fix it up one in advance.
doing? Norman,
What?
we can't.
Of course we can. You'd like to, wouldn't you?
Well, yes, but...
Don't worry, I'll fix it.
Well, you said that last time. Look what happened. We upset everybody. Ruth, Tom, and Sarah.
We love each other, don't we?
Oh, I don't know.
We'd be happy together, wouldn't we? We'd be happy.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to lose you, Annie.
Norman, they're waiting. Go.
I won't lose you, will I, Annie?
Not if you don't want to.
I don't. I really don't.
Go on, Norman.
Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.
Well, here we are. Is this the one? Oh, where are they?
Oh, they've gone.
Oh, they'll need this.
They've got one.
Oh, wasted journey.
Yes.
Well, peace and quiet again, eh?
Yes.
quite a weekend.
Yes.
I must say I'm rather relieved Ruth's gone after my incident. A bit embarrassing. Expect you're glad to see the back of Norman, aren't you, for the same reason? Yes, you must be. Look, Annie, I've been, well, piecing things together in my mind, sort of fitting the various bits together to get a picture, sort of building a sort of overall view of things, so I could more or less get an objective angle on it, and I expect you know what I'm going to say next.
Honestly, Tom, I couldn't begin to guess.
Oh, I was rather hoping you might make it all save me. It's a shame we're not horses.
What are you talking about, Tom?
It seems to me that we ought to find a way of, well, sorting out our relationship, if we have one, to such a degree that we come together more or less on a permanent basis, temporarily at least.
Are you talking about marriage?
Yes.
I see.
And no.
Well, which is it?
Oh, well, it could be a lot looser than that.
As loose as we are now, you mean?
No, I meant a bit tighter than that, somewhere in between. Well, loose and tight. Whole hog if you want to. It's up to you.
I see.
What do you say, Annie? Would you like me to marry you? I would. Like me to marry you? May I? I want to.
I don't know.
Oh.
I'll see.
Oh, I got the idea that perhaps that's what you would have liked.
Oh, well, I did, I think. Sorry, Tom, but you're going to have to wait.
How long for?
Oh, I don't know. At least until I've had a chance to go away somewhere and think about it.
I see. Well, fair enough. Well, going to be a scorcher today again.
Yes.
Far too nice to do any work. Yes, it's on days like today I really feel at peace with the world. Good grief! No, hang on, stay there. This could be nasty. No, please, Annie, stay there. Stay there.
Whoa! What the hell did you let him drive for?
Well, he insisted.
Why
all
him?
right?
Why him?
I feel faint.
You can't expect Ruth to drive. Why not? She hasn't got her glasses.
She could drive better than you blindfold. Oh, where were your brakes?
Any casualties?
I feel giddy.
I told you distinctly, wait till I'm out of the way.
Definitely my mistake.
Your mistake, you weren't even in gear.
Oh, I need a glass of water.
No, I'm not a doctor, but I am a vet. Does anyone need any treatment?
Is there much damage?
Yes, we smashed his whole back end in.
Ha, I know you smashed the whole back end. The damn cars are twisted together like bloody spaghetti.
Oh, I've never been so shaken.
Oh, sit down, Sarah.
Do you want to use the phone? Phone the AA.
Some people have as much sense as a... You won't get home today, you know that.
Well, we'll stay dear. We'll stay dear.
I'll have to phone home as well. Somebody get the cases out, I'll do the phoning.
Oh.
What did you let him drive? Well, you know what he's like. You know he was Norman, didn't you?
My mistake.
I'll start getting the cases, shall I?
Oh, thank you, Tom. I'm so shaky.
Oh, you stay there.
Yes, I will.
Everyone stay there. I've got it all under control.
Definitely my mistake. Well, back again, eh?
Oh, Norman.
If I didn't know you any better, I'd say you did all that deliberately.
Me? Why would I want to do a thing like that? Give me one good reason why I'd want to do a thing like that.
Offhand, I can think of 3.
Well, since we're all here, might as well make the most of it, eh? What do you say? Ruth? Annie? wanted to make you happy.